artistry that goes into this, that creates a rolling piece of art that can lay burnouts all the way down the street. This isn't just bolt together stuff, this requires fabrication. And every one of these cars that we deal with that are these high-end builds have these kind of components going along with them. You get it how the dollars start to add up here, right? Today we're going to take a look at cars that cost more than $500,000 to build. That's right, more than $500,000 to build. And how is it that you spend $500,000 or more building a custom American muscle car? So the first dollars spent are going to be purchasing your car. This could range anywhere from a low of maybe $10,000 or $15,000 on up to, man, if you're buying a really clean starter car, you could spend up to $100,000. So now you've got your car. Now you want to build it, but you don't know for sure what you want to do, right? So you sit down with a designer. So let's say you want to do some general designs, right? You're going to spend $5,000. You know, that's going to be a couple of renderings, kind of give you a ballpark of where you're going. But let's say you want to go deep on it and design every element of the car, all the one-off pieces, down to the vents, the seats, the stitching, you name it, a full design. Now you're talking $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000 just in design work. So we're already close to $100,000 potentially, and you've got your donor car and you've got your designs. And let's say you start with a really clean donor car, but you're dealing with old technology, something that was made in the 60s, maybe the early 70s. You're probably going to want to replace the foundation of that car. How much are you spending there? 25 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand? Now let's start digging into parts. You want this car to have some significant power, be it Dodge or GM or Ford. You're buying a crate motor, so you're spending another $20,000 to $30,000, somewhere in that range. You gotta mate it to a transmission. Now we add on another $10,000, $15,000. You get it how the dollars start to add up here, right? And every one of these cars that we deal with that are these high-end builds have these kind of components going along with them. I mean, parts sitting on your garage floor, you're over $250,000. Parts. Now you want it to all work right, you know, so we got to put all this together after all the metal work's been done, after all the paint and body's been done. Now we got to assemble it all. I mean, this is hours and hours and hours that start to add up. All right, so now we've got this mechanical masterpiece, but now you want to get in it and sit down and drive. We got to deal with an interior. Where we spend most of our time when we're with our cars is on the interior. I'm sure most of you are very familiar with Gabe's Custom Interiors. Gabe's is certainly one of the best, if not the best in the business for custom car interiors, and their starting point is $25,000. Take a look at this car, Kevin Hart's Bad News Camaro. This is a car that has somewhere between $75,000 and $100,000 on the interior. Designed by Sean Smith, done by Gabe's Custom Interiors. How does it add up to that much? Just look around in here. Start with a set of Recaro seats that are cut down to fit right. One-off elements everywhere you look. It adds up, it just does. I know some of you don't like it, but it adds up. And some of you ask, why? Why would you spend $500,000? Why would you spend $1 million or even more building a custom car? Why would you do that? It's simple as this. It's about the art, the artistry that goes into this, from the design elements to the metal work, to the paint work, to the mechanical work that creates a rolling piece of art that can lay burnouts all the way down the street and put a smile on your face like almost nothing else on this planet can do. That's why.